All right, so I woke up in the morning to see that Francis Ngannou had signed for the PFL. And as I was going to sleep at night, I saw that the UFC had announced the card for UFC 291, and it is stacked. Headlined by Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje for the BMF title. Let's talk about it. Before we do, my name's Rahul J. Chan. This is the Battle Camp. Thank you very much for joining me. If you're new to the channel, please do consider subscribing. So look, man, when I saw this announcement, my initial reaction was the UFC probably had this card ready for a number of days, if not weeks. They knew this was coming, but they kept it in their back pocket, waiting for Francis Ngannou to make his announcement. They waited, and as soon as it happened, go. Dana White was probably in the office marching about. Hey guys, I'm gonna go live in half an hour and announce 291. Where's Katie and the camera? And then he made his usual announcement with the veins popping out of his neck and his fucking forehead over here, shouting at the camera, getting me hyped. I ain't gonna lie, I nearly fucking punched the wall when I saw this card. I was like, fuck you know, this is one that I'm gonna stay up for. And there haven't been many of those recently. There haven't been many of those cards where I thought to myself, I've got to stay awake for all of this. And this one is one of them. But then I saw Dustin Poirier is fighting Justin Gaethje for the BMF title. For the fucking BMF title. And I nearly punched the wall again. In anger, disappointment, anguish. Now that Jorge Masvidal has retired, Dustin Poirier and Justin Gaethje will be fighting for the BMF belt, and I was like, oh, no, why are you doing this? Why are the UFC so adamant that a title needs to be associated for the main event of all of their pay-per-views? We're not stupid. We can appreciate a good fight when you make a good fight. We all understand that Dustin Poirier against Justin Gaethje is going to be a war. It's a fight that everyone that knows anything about the sport will be excited to watch. So why do you need this little trinket to dangle next door? The BMF belt is basically the equivalent of the $1 Million Man's $1 Million belt from back in 90s WWF. It's a title that he wore, he bought himself, that he put around his own waist, and he never defended until he had a match with Virgil, who was his butler. Like, how can you have a title, right, that has no it has no rules, no criteria? Like, how is Jorge Masvidal still the BMF champ after losing 3 or 4 fights in a row? How, Sway? How? I don't get it. Like, it leaves such a bad taste. Like, what are they going to do? Have a press conference and have that BMF belt resurrected and have it sitting there? Is Dana White going to come and fucking put that belt around one of their waists when whoever wins? What are they going to do with it then? How do you decide whether someone qualifies to challenge for the BMF belt? It ruined it. It fucking ruined it. That's what happened. It ruined the fight for me. I'm still going to watch, but it ruined it. Other little notes, news and notes from the card. Alex Pereira making his light heavyweight debut, jumping straight in at the deep end with a top 5 light heavyweight. That'll be interesting. It's a guy that is also a stand-up fighter, so they're kind of doing a similar sort of trick that they did with Pereira when he entered the middleweight division, trying to give him like matches that won't expose his grappling and wrestling. And Jan Blachowicz is a guy that prefers to stand and bang. Let me bang, bro. Let me bang. But at the same time, we saw the way he just neutralized Israel Adesanya. And is that something that he can do to Pereira? Is that something that he'll want to do? Will his ego take control of him, and will he say to himself, "Nah, I want to kickbox for this guy because I can beat him"? That will be interesting. Tony Ferguson, who recently got arrested, I believe, is back fighting Bobby Green, who probably has been arrested in the past. Paulo Costa, my guy, Secret Juice, is fighting. But he's fighting someone that I've never heard of. And when I watched that announcement from Dana White, Ikram Aliskerov, sorry man, I'm going to learn how to say that properly when I hear other people say it properly. Apparently he was a... Okay, alright, so he's come from Dana White's Contender Series. I thought he said he's an Ultimate Fighter standout. But obviously he's a Contender Series guy. And I don't know if I've ever seen him fight. But anyway, it'll be nice to see Paulo Costa back. Which is, another thing is, I thought Costa would be fighting Khamzat. But it seems as though Khamzat's staying at welterweight. And we'll see him fight against Kamaru, which is obviously a good fight anyway in its own right. But I wanted to see Paulo Costa fight a difficult opponent. And who knows, this Ikram Aliskerov might be a difficult opponent. I just haven't seen him fight. Miguel Pereira against Wonderboy Thompson. So that's obviously a clash of styles. But they're both kind of flashy stand-up fighters. Thompson is obviously less risk-averse, but that'll be interesting. And anyway, look, the card isn't built yet, but I just wanted to really... I just made this video to talk about the BMF belt coming back out of nowhere like a fucking RKO. And it pissed me the fuck off. It annoyed me. Let me know what you guys think about the BMF being... Look, I don't think there's anyone that's sitting here watching this video or watched Dana White's announcement that thought to themselves, I don't really want to see Dustin Poirier fight Justin Gaethje. No, it's not for me. I think everyone obviously is excited about this fight. And I don't think it needed a pretend title to be associated with it. It kind of delegitimizes these two men and what they've accomplished and what they can do in the octagon, in my opinion. And it really upset me, guys. It really upset me. Anyway, I'm just going on. I've got a meeting in 10 minutes, so I should really shut up and focus on that, which is what I'm going to do now. But yeah, let me know what you guys think about what I've said. Please share your own opinions in the comments below. Subscribe to this, like it, all of that good shit. I'll catch you guys next time. Ta-da!